Y'all know what it is. We are live. I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to catch it before it went off. I thought Sami was gonna kick out. That didn't happen, y'all. Drew standing over the body. Jey Uso got to come out, set it up for next week. That's what I'm expecting. At least that's what I'm expecting. Oh yeah, see, so here we go. He's gonna pummel. He's gonna pummel Sami Zayn, and that's you know, what do we expect, right? Here comes Jey Uso with a big you know, several weeks ago. Main event Jey Uso with a spear. Okay. Spear from Jey, which is crazy because your cousin spears. Now you're spearing. Is it a finisher move or isn't it? Oh, who's that? Oh, the Bloodline. Oh, they about to get him. Drew McIntyre looking at them boys too. Drew looking at them boys too, like, oh, he leaving? He's sliding? Okay, Drew. And he laughed it off. Oh, that. Oh man, Jey about to get stomped. Jey Uso's about to get stomped out. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu with a running start. Oh, and he with the miss. Okay, super kick. He lays out Tamatonga. He always going back and forth with Jacob. Okay. Jey Uso's putting up a fight. Nah, Samoan Spike. Oh, with the mitts on the Samoan Spike. Jey Uso is going at 2.0 Bloodline. Oh, they got him down. And okay, it's all mathematics. It's all mathematics here, people. You know what it is. Okay, I thought Jey Uso was going to give him a run for the money a little bit. You know, I thought that might have been possible. Sami's back up. Stomp Sami's out of existence, y'all. And that's exactly what they're doing. Tamatonga putting the boots to him. You gotta love it. I wish he had Tim's on. You know, it's always more thorough when you have Tim's. Does the bloodline feel like it's stronger without Jacob Fatu moving 100 miles an hour towards you is never a good thing. Ooh, let me charge my phone for it. Ooh, decimating Sami Zayn, y'all. On a Christmas edition, you going home beat up. Sami Zayn getting beat up. Give him that spike. He on the ground. Give him the spike. They got Solo out here in his Christmas sweater doing the Lord's work. He just got that sweater, y'all. He brand new. Dang, Roman ain't gonna pop up to the 6. At least Roman's music could have hit. Y'all, they gotta have a better backup plan. Cue Roman's music if we start getting jumped. That'll get us slide up out the ring or get back on our feet. Because they getting stomped out. Tribal Combat, January 6th, y'all. And this is like how Raw is going off the air with Jey Uso stacked on, laid out with Sami Uso. I guess we can call him that now. Sami Uso stacked on top of him. Oh man, what a way to close the show. Not sure how I really felt about it though. I didn't really think it was a strong show. I know it was pre-taped. I stayed away from all the results and stuff, you know, just so I could still have that feel, like to get an organic feel for it. Because again, I don't think it would be fair to go through the results and then try to watch it knowing you know what happens. If something really good happens, it feels like, you know, it's lessened. You know what I mean? Like the effect is down here versus you would have normally probably been higher, but you know, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and get that Instagram ready in case comments pop up. But yeah, I still thought it was a decent show. But again, I'm not going to go too high on the horse on this one. I didn't really have it high. There was no real big. You gave us a rematch for your main event, Drew versus Sami Zayn. We just caught the tail end of that. The announcers are like, Sami Zayn has never beaten Drew McIntyre in one-on-one battles, right? In one-on-one matches. They even went out to put a record out there. It was like that man is 0-9 and won no contest. Now he's 0-10. And won no contest. I think that's insane. So again, shout out to Sami Zayn for trying, but we smoking on that OG Bloodline pack. Yo, I mean that's all you can really say about it. They without Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre can run roughshod over what's left of that bloodline. Secondly, if you're gonna be on Raw, because Sami Zayn and main event Jey Uso were both always on Raw, you're gonna need some more guns. Because Miss Awesome Saucy talking spicy was good. We good. We see you in the chat. You're gonna need some more guns, and I say that with all due respect because again, Solo, Jacob, and Tama Tonga, they'll bounce around from show to show. We even watched them go to NXT and beat up some people. I don't know how Roman gonna win on the 6th. They outnumbered. They won't be on the 6th. And I say that to say this. Well, they are outnumbered, right? Because you got the full Bloodlines 2.0, which is also a man down. Remember, Tamaloa injured his bicep. So that just leaves Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa, who will be in the match. And then Drew McIntyre, who I don't know if we get involved with this one. Whereas Roman had to help Sami and Zayn, you won at War Games and now you don't need them. I mean, that's a great way to spin it. Great way to spin it. Where is Roman? Roman's music should have hit or something. Diversion. Help y'all get some save, some strength, something. But yeah. I think Drew right now is I'm labeling him right now the Bloodline Hunter. Right? And I think that's a good storyline for him to go into, especially after a great 2024 going against CM Punk. Right? We need Drew to be bigger this year. Pause. Drew looking fake as hell now. Roman, hey, Roman. They say this is part of what Roman is and who Roman is. So are we mad about it? I don't know. I don't think I'm mad about it. But if I'm his teammates, if I'm main event Jey Uso, where's Roman? We supposed to be equals. I would have showed up for him. He don't show up for me. So I definitely think that it could be made part of the storyline. The Roman Reigns being absent. But I thought SmackDown started off. Oh, I said SmackDown. I thought Raw started off lukewarm. Drew, always a good promo, but you had him and Sami Zayn going at it. All they wanted to do was throw blows. We knew this. And oh
baby, I like it raw.
Raw, I think it was that good today. I thought it was a little slow paced.
It's the curse of the pre-tape. It's the curse of the pre-tape. Has there ever been a pre-tape show that was enjoyed?
I think there've been some that have been enjoyed. I just don't think they're ever like if this is the average. I think some of the pre-tape shows get right about here, right about the at best.
I think it's just because it's a long day for the crowd and for the performers because they film full shows like in one sitting. That's a lot.
And you know it's also you're trying to conserve stars. So if I got you doing something on one Raw and I'm pre-taping, I don't want to do something on the next Raw with you.
Yeah, we have to have the continuity of it. Yeah, it's just a long night because I believe Gamaj, one of our partners here on the podcast, was at the taping. He was like, they're doing 2 tapings tonight. So
yeah,
one taping is a long night. You get there early.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Then you got to sit through it, get through the show. You tired from cheering, and that was the problem
Going
with WWE
crazy.
205 Live. Like the crowd never really seemed into it because it was just a long night. It was either halfway empty because it was before Raw or it was after. Just the pre-tape thing. I don't know. And then when we know it's pre-tape, we don't have the highest of expectations, and that's
Right.
a fan thing.
And that's something I was talking about earlier, where I was like, when it's pre-tape, I do try to stay away from the results, because when you know the results, it kind of can bring Raw down because you already know them, and they're just watching it play out. It's like
It's no surprise. Like we know how we're gonna get there, but
yeah, I thought Drew. I think Drew, the Bloodline Hunter. I think this is a good way for him to go. He did not come out on top of the CM Punk feud. So where do you go from? You put him in the Bloodline story. It's the biggest story they got. It's another way for him indirectly to go right back at Roman. If CM Punk walks away with the title through Roman, it's another way to get him back in the title picture. If Roman
but why
doesn't
you
even,
have Sami come out and he just beat Sami?
they're just trying to conserve stars. They just try. I just don't know why this was your main event.
And
I would have rather you did the EOS Sky Triple Threat.
We just had this at a PLE, and Drew won. Like
this wasn't even elite PLE. This was a substitute match from what my understanding was supposed to be Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins, right? So maybe I don't know. I don't see the point of making this a main event. The match really wasn't super good to where we're like, oh, we need to see that again. They killed it. It was just okay at best. It was just average. It was nothing special. Sammy's always going to be good. He's never going to give you a bad match. And Drew kind of the same thing. It's nothing spectacular. I want to end Raw with it. I would have definitely ended Raw with a beatdown. So I guess that's what they were looking at. Bringing in the Bloodline 2.0 as a surprise. Oh, surprise. Guess what?
or
We're
you
here.
could
We're
have
going to
ended
beat the
with Jay
brakes off.
saving Sami because Jay did, come out. So.
And now you got the OG Bloodline like a week again. I'm gonna say looking well, yeah. I mean, you're getting jumped, you're getting beat up, man. You just look like you're a step behind, a day late, and a dollar short. You don't have the firepower, so we'll see what they're gonna do. But the night started with these two and ended with these two. It started with Drew cutting promo. I think Drew low key working with The Rock. I doubt it, but that would be a crazy turn. But I just can't see those two with too much chemistry, other than the fact that Drew might be one of the best moments of WWE in 2024.
We might be all over the place with this, but what did I miss? Why was The Miz wrestling Dexter Lumis?
Because he's still in that whole carrying cross final testament. You still owe us. You're not leaving. You're not at it. Because Miz tried to get out of it one week after they won and they beat him in a 6-man tag. And
Okay, so it was something I missed. I was like, why? I just thought they won a match together. So
they did, and then Miz tried to dip, and Karen was like, "This ain't over till I say it's over."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And he wants to die. He wants to take out the Wyatt Six, so he's not happy with just that win. He don't feel like, yeah, we did it. He feels like, nah, because they're gonna keep coming back. We gotta take them out. And you gonna do it next week because you owe us, and you ain't going nowhere.
Okay. I just was kind of confused. Like, again, something we just saw at a PLE, they're putting on weekly television.
What we saw?
I mean, the Y6 AOP thing.
That wasn't. They don't put the Y6 on no PLEs.
You're right. I'm bugging.
I thought you went back to the Drew thing. I'm like, the Y6 ain't allowed on PLEs.
I'm bugging. My bad.
That should they have been there? Yes. You made all this hype about them. That was in the summer, and they still ain't hit nothing. I mean, not one of them. Golly, man. WWE, what we doing? WWE.
They waiting for how many days?
Oh, they getting close now. What's
2
it,
weeks?
23rd?
2 weeks. Raw is Netflix.
I think that's gonna be it's gonna be good for WWE no matter what, but I think
I
fan
just
wise,
hope they don't do all of this stuff, save all this talent, and the Netflix show don't be good. Because it can be too much. It can be overproduced. You know what was too much? The Rock stepping in at WrestleMania 40. And they had to when he stepped in originally to face Roman, and they had the whole
yeah. Okay.
That was
I'm
too
like,
much and too overproduced. They had to pivot, and they was fortunately enough to find something in there. But sometimes you can do too much, and that was them doing too much.
Yeah. I think them going back to 3-hour shows is too much. I understand please chat.
3 hour SmackDown is way too much.
Way too much. And I understand that Raw is going to 3 hours.
That's a lot of wrestling.
This is where you're going to start losing. This is where
No. That's a lot of promo time. Because like we said, last PLE, it was like an hour 50 minutes.
And 34 or hour and 40 minutes of
hour 40 minutes promo. Of recaps and commercials.
Not Saturday Night Main Event, the one before it, where I think it was War Games. Yeah, Bad Blood. It was one of those two. Someone timed all the promo.
So you had 20 minutes more commercials than you had actual wrestling on a 3-hour wrestling show.
That's horrible.
It's a lot. It's a lot of fluff.
It's a lot, yeah.
When you don't need the fluff. You don't need the fluff.
If you give 30 minutes of fluff in a 3-hour show, that's cool. That means every match, 5-minute promo vignette, and we on.
That means you have to have more than 5 matches.
Right. You got to go back to about 8. Give me about 8, man. You got 13 titles. You just added 2 women's titles, which I love my mid-tier titles.
They were doing 6, 7, 8 matches on 2-hour pay-per-views.
Yes, and they said there's going to be ads on Netflix. Listen to this. This is where WWE, I'm sorry. You said they can do too much. This is where they're going to do too much. And I honestly think you will start to see a decline in WWE, and they're going to have to pivot again in about 6 months to a year.
Hey,
time-wise of the shows and
they better learn from the NBA before they get to that point.
NBA seen its lowest ratings ever. How? People tired of it. You can get tired just because it's good. It's great. Okay, you can have all the market, but you market the wrong.
The game is a different game, and it's not a game people want to see. So now they're doing all this other stuff in season tournament. And
you know who you blame for that? You got to look at the NBA. I'll give you a perfect example. The Lakers have been a team that have not been in championship contention since COVID, when they won in a COVID title, right? I mean, shit, they missed the playoffs one year, and they still are the most covered team. Meanwhile, the best teams that won a championship, when the Bucks won it, when the Nuggets won it, they are so much lesser coverage. So I think
some of that stuff is so far planned that when they get to it, but we have seen games change times, and we've seen the changes. But like you said,
it's not just that; it's I'll call that like the coverage.
What's the fan base? If the Lakers have the most fans across the U.S., we're going to put that on TV, no matter how well they're doing.
But here's the thing: the fans don't. The average basketball fan, not just the super NBA fan, doesn't even know who the records are, what the record like. What are we doing? You started new tournaments. You really didn't promote it well, and when you do coverages on these teams and their number one team, Bronny James made more headlines this year, and he's not even. He played a couple games, got sent to the G League. He's not cutting it in the G League, and he got more coverage. We bragging about him dropping 30 in the G League, getting coverage, but the teams in the NBA, the Pacers, Orlando Magic, they don't get coverage.
It's the same thing you talk about wrestling. Who sells merch?
Booking. This is bad. This is Cody Rhodes booking.
It's bad booking, but it sells merch and it sells tickets. And the reality,
but it's not selling, bro.
The reality,
I'm a numbers guy.
It was put in a position because it was selling. Now people don't want to just watch what was on the TV.
Well, I think that's a combo. They should have been whoever's their analyst, and WWE. This goes for you too. You got to be watching because you can feel the swing. We're not the only podcast out there. We're the best podcast out there, but we're not the only podcast.
Ooh.
You know, people talk about these things. 3-hour Raw, too much. It's too much. So what makes you say, hey, let's do a 3-hour Raw? 5-match PLEs. Hey, that's really short. We'll add more titles. But the titles.
Well, this is the debate me and you always get into, right? The thing about the NBA and a lot of wrestling companies is they target kids. There's a whole Nickelodeon thing. It's like, I think it's the NFL. Like they broadcast the game on Nickelodeon, and the game has slime on it and cartoon characters. Its own Nickelodeon analyst team. It's like they're targeting the younger kids. Yeah, the NBA is fast. You know who that's for? That's for the guys coming up in AAU. That's for the next wave of generation. But meanwhile, we're still watching.
Right.
Me and you always have that debate. And I say, man, I know what my eyes tell me. And you say, well, I see what the numbers tell me. This is when you follow the numbers and not focus on the product.
You can do a little bit of both. Because
you can, but most times those numbers are what people look at.
They're always going to go back to the numbers. But sometimes you got to.
And that's why you get a 3-hour Netflix. All they're doing is taking the show from USA and putting it on Netflix.
That's it. Nothing has changed.
Once they said they weren't changing the rating, I was like, oh, they're just taking the show from Netflix. This is them going from USA to Sci-Fi, from back in the day, from UPN to this. It's just they're just switching networks. Netflix has become a network.
Now
Netflix is a network. Hell, Vizio is a network. When you buy a smart TV and you just cut it on before you download any apps, these TVs have their own programming. They have the news on there. They have 24-hour TV channels. You cannot even download the app, and it's like the old cable. Hit the guide button, you see the guide. So Netflix is just a new network.
Netflix is a button on most remotes nowadays. It's like it's I'm saying.
I had a podcast 5 years ago. I did this podcast called The Wash, and we stopped because you shouldn't do everything with everybody. Let me say that. And the thing that made me get into podcasting was I realized when you buy an iPhone, it comes with the podcast app downloaded on already.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, podcasting is about to blow up. So this was 5+ years ago when I started that. And podcasting it's some people's job, livelihood, and some people's lives have changed from it.
It's replaced cable television.
And that's what I'm saying. You saying Netflix, yeah, on your remote is like a Netflix button, Max and the Prime. Like those three. So they're in business with these companies already. And WWE's like, okay, Netflix, you can't avoid it. So we're gonna go there, and they're just moving. So
just think about this. Peacock had 8 million subscribers. And that's where they're on. That's what the WWE library is on. 8 million subscribers, they might have hit 10. Netflix has 280 million. Now, that doesn't mean 280 people are going to watch, but you're putting your product in front of the most people it's ever been in front
of. And like the NFL is doing something with Netflix now. It's like Netflix is Prime. Thursday Night Football is on Prime. Yeah. Monday Night Football is on something else. It's never been this divided before, because when we was coming up inside the NBA games, where I was at, it was like Channel 6. I sat in front of the TV and watched basketball all day. Now it's on Thursday, you got to go to this channel. On Monday, you got to go to this channel. ESPN was the sports channel. It's like they're even fighting for sports rights. So
yeah,
that money,
people are leaving.
That money talks. So
you're right. I just seen something pop up in the joint, so I laugh hard. Yo, with that being said, you had said something. We were talking on the phone. EOS Sky Triple Threat match. Who was it? EOS Sky, Natalia. I said Natalie.
And it was Io,
Was it
Natty, and
Caden Carter? I'm about to pull it up because
I
I hate when
forget.
I
It
get
was
the names
Io
wrong.
won. That's all I'm saying.
EO one. EO one.
So it's gonna be Io and Lyra and Zoe Stark and Dakota Kai.
Alba Fire.
One of these women is going to be your Intercontinental Champion, right?
Yes.
So we
I know
got
you're not
Io
gonna be able to see it.
Sky, Lyra Valkyria, Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark.
My bad. My bad. Yes. So these matches all take place next week. 2 matches: Dakota Kai versus Zoe, Lyra versus Io. One of these
The
4 is
winner's
gonna be.
not coming from the Eastern Conference. It's coming from the West.
You think so?
Lyra and Io is got. I love Dakota Kai. I'm Team Kick. But it wouldn't surprise me, though, because I think that's one of Triple H's kind of people. So Zoe wouldn't surprise me either. I was a Zoe Stark fan in NXT. So, but
You
tying
know
her
what?
with this faction,
EOS Sky just had a shot at the world title, right? With Liv. So this is why I don't feel like it should be her. You just was on a PLE versus Liv. Like
and people cheered her in
people
that.
cheered her.
People
But
cheered her in the War Games. Io Sky is just over.
but do you think we can see a damage control versus damage control match? Because you got coincidentally semifinals, a member on each bracket. And you got Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark. Dakota Kai gets a win, and she's going on to take on the winner of Lyra and Io. And
If
now we got a
Lyra
damage.
beats Io, I think Lyra does this.
If Lyra beats Io, I'm pissed because this is going to go on Netflix. Netflix is a stat card on January 6th. So far. Tribal Combat, Roman
I think
Reigns.
honestly the best match would be Io and Zoe. Zoe can wrestle.
And she can pull it off. She'll go for some risks too. She'll go for some risks and make it a very entertaining match.
And Zoe's the only like heel in this thing. So you gotta have a heel and a baby face, I believe. Unless the dynamic is face Dakota Io. So we'll see.
That guy, I'm sorry, y'all. My internet been wonky ever since them drones been released.
I'm on them drones.
You know what I mean? We don't know what they're doing. The government don't know what they're doing. They say we know what they're doing. They say no, we don't know.
Trump said they know what's going on.
Trump said they know. We don't know. I think they know. I think the answer is going to scare us.
One of the drones fell out the sky, and hey, that's all we heard about it.
I didn't even hear that.
Hey, well, maybe I said too much.
You said we'll find out if the internet drop again. You know what I mean?
Out of here. But yeah, I think Zoe and Io will be the best match. I think Dakota and Io will be the most entertaining match. Lyra, I'm not sure where she fits in this or how well she will work with any of the other women.
I think it would be a waste because she just popped up again. So without having now,
she really has had nothing. Like I said, we mentioned Michin, she's had something. We mentioned Chelsea, she's had something. Zoe is part of a group. Dakota and Io, they have something. Lyra was doing one thing, then she was kind of beefing with Naomi, then she kind of went away, then she popped back up. So,
exactly. And that's what, not to slight her.
No, I mean, it's not her. You gotta do what the company tell you to do. Hey, when you schedule for work, you go to work.
You go to work. But again, bad booking. So if she wins, we feel nothing. We felt Chelsea Green because we watched her journey from toughness.
Yeah, we're not excited for you if you win.
Right. We're not excited.
I don't feel like I would have won. Like I said, even in that match, I turned on the middle of the match and wanted Michin to pull it off. I was invested. Lyra doesn't have that investment. And you need excitement in your first champion and winning. That's why I could see Io jumping around with that title and people like, yeah, she got a belt again. I could see Dakota crying because she's going to cry and break down in that ring. And people like, okay, she deserved it, came back from some injuries. Then I could see Zoe walking backwards with the other Pure Fusion Collective women just clowning and then even though we may not like them, we're still invested. Okay, but like I said, Lyra's just real vanilla.
Yeah, and here's another thing. With those two other groups, there's automatic storylines written in. If Zoe wins, the two others could possibly turn on her due to jealousy or whatever. If Dakota Kai or Io win, same storyline. However, they could battle in the finals and then become a rivalry and implode the group, and Asuka come back and Asuka be the one to put the glue back together, if that even happens.
So maybe Asuka comes back and helps her win. You could help Io win. Of course, you're gonna have to turn Io. Then Dakota's a huge babyface,
and they can go right into a rivalry as you walk to WrestleMania. It writes itself, but there's nothing with Lyra. There's none of that.
Kyrie is part of that, right?
Huh? Yeah, Kyrie Zayn.
Yeah, she's out, right?
She's still here.
No, I mean she's injured, ain't she?
I thought she was still around.
Oh,
shit! She might be injured, but that's a 3-woman group. You know, it's perfect. It's better for Damage Control to walk away with that belt. I agree with that statement. I wouldn't mind seeing Zoe win. I'll be proud of any of those 3. If Lyra wins, I'm like,
yeah.
Back
the
to
chicken
work.
Big Mac. Ain't nobody wanted it. It's dry.
Oh my god. Yo, then we get Tozawa going against Chad Gable. I thought this was good, but I thought it was dumb. I thought it's too late. And it leads us to next week. We get Chad Gable finally getting his match with Otis. They keep saying that too.
They ran out of stuff to do with Chad Gable.
You think so?
Yeah, he's had a hell of a year though. Like, I mean, he did the Alpha Academy thing. He started a new group. The Y6 murdered him. He rose from the dead. They wrestled the Y6. Like, Chad Gable. Yeah, so
yeah, when you put it in that, you know what I'm saying,
and he had the whole Intercontinental. He had 3 matches for Gunther, didn't he?
2 or 3.
Yeah, Chad Gable put in work this year.
I just mad it didn't pay off in a title at any point. At any point, because when you say that, it's like Chad Gable had a big year. Could he have a bigger 2025? Hopefully, possibly.
No, if it's not a title reign in that, no. Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, great years. Jacob Fatu, great year.
King Naveau, shout out to you in the chat. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram. Chad Gable storylines are getting boring.
Yeah,
I think he has come down from where he was, so I'll agree with you in a little.
It's not him because Chad Gable has always been entertaining. He had to fight through some things. He fought through his partner, Jason Jordan, not being able to wrestle. What do you do with Chad Gable? He had to figure that out. He fought through Shorty G. We thought that was the end.
Cody Rhodes brought that up. This is Stardust talking to Shorty G.
Like, he fought through Shorty G, like, and then out of nowhere, he kept showing up. That's the thing about wrestling. That's the thing about work. That's the thing about life. You keep showing up, eventually something will happen, or the people will notice you. You will be seen, and that's what he did. He kept showing up, kept wrestling, and he had a.
Well, I can't say that, man, because there's a lot of people who just show up. The WWE's gone through a lot of characters who showed up, and guess what? Your character sucks. Max Moon, Damian Demento.
Yeah, but they wasn't on TV like Gable. Gable went on TV a lot.
They've been on TV a minute. Facts keep showing up. King Nove agrees that best times Gable was great with Alpha Team. I think American Made is better. I just hope they can get against the War Vikings, War Raiders,
Gable and Jason Jordan, American Alpha.
I would like to see the War Raiders come into this.
They would have been such a big deal on that main roster, but unfortunately, injuries is a part of the wrestling. And Jason Jordan, I always wanted Jason Jordan to make some kind of a return, man.
He did. He does. He's always in the back breaking up fights. You don't be seeing him?
I mean, he can't wrestle, though. Like, I mean,
Yeah, he always be in the back breaking up fights.
nah,
It'd
I
be
want
like
to see
Seth
Jason Jordan pull
Rollins and
down the
so and
straps
so.
one more time, man. Let Jason Jordan. Two tag teams that I thought would have been out of here. One is American Alpha from NXT. The other one was Enzo and Cass.
Enzo and Cass.
Enzo and Cass were out
They
of
messed
here.
themselves up.
Enzo and Cass were out of here.
They literally did it
Carmella
to
was a part of
themselves.
that too. Carmella was a part of Enzo and Cass in the beginning. So
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's a crazy story because they definitely messed each other themselves up. But oh man, it's a bad day for the Judgment Day. We can talk about it. Seth Rollins, CM Punk. I'm starting to think CM Punk is the new Roman Reigns. Like MVP for this coming year is going to be CM Punk, and it's going to be CM Punk
here's my thing about
regardless.
CM Punk. Unless he wins a title, I'm not sure how much we see him. Because even now he shows up, he takes a little break. He shows up, he takes a
Roman
little
was
break.
taking breaks. Their best stars, they got them on reserve.
But Roman
Brock
had a
Lesnar was
whole
taking breaks.
storyline and 2, 3, 4 other people plus a Paul Heyman to fill that gap. Phil can't be just solo out here doing that.
Nah, they don't need them. They don't need.
And Netflix is gonna want their champion every week.
Yes and no. If they can prove to Netflix, look, we got this. We did this with Brock Lesnar, and we got our ratings. We did this with Roman Reigns. We got our ratings. If you give them every week, cool, you'll get them. And guess what? You water the product down. You oversaturate the market.
They're already doing it. Think about the talent that's going to be on Netflix. Think about that first night.
This is why you can't. There's got to be people who ain't going to be there every week. And CM Punk is probably the best one to do that with. And I will tell you why I said he's the MVP. As soon as they put him and Roman together, number one thing this year as far as their views. WWE immediately.
But we have to see we can't have two part-timers in the main event storyline.
Shit, me? Bro, they've been doing it. Why not? Brock Lesnar was a part-timer. Going against Roman Reigns was a part-timer. They were the biggest storyline still when they were unifying titles and blah, 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 blah. Bro, let Cody Rhodes pop up every week. No one cares he's there. Gunther can wrestle every week, and they don't care.
This Netflix deal is different. They want
it ain't gonna be too much different because you know what's gonna happen.
We'll see. 2 weeks. 2 weeks time.
They have a lot of talent there. This ain't like how it just was on Peacock. Talent is dispersed. Everybody going to Netflix. Man, you got Seth Rollins over there. They talk about Brock Lesnar could be making a return on Netflix Day, but I don't know if you've seen this. There's some conversations happening.
Hey, we'll see in 2 weeks' time. You know, I'm not hypothetical, man. I gotta see it.
Cody's going over there. Main event Jay is still there. Sami's the Bloodline's going over there. It's a lot. They could pick. I mean, CM Punk wasn't really here tonight. Drew McIntyre will be every week.
That's a lot.
Plus, I think they do it to conserve some of these wrestlers' age. One, we know Luke Roman was sick. 2, I don't want to call him Fragile Phil, but he has had a good year. Let's not let it slow down for injury.
That good year happened because of injury.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
You can't be timid with wrestling. It's wrestling.
You're right.
Cole said it best. It's a car crash every night.
Yeah, King. Hey, Fragile Phil actually came from Archie. That's what's funny about that. You know what I'm saying? I only reiterated what Archie has already put into the atmosphere.
Hey,
but Archie did rescind that. Archie did say
so a few people who sold me this year. It was Fragile Phil. CM Punk. He won me over this year. Solo Sikoa is growing on me crazy this year. Pause. I've always liked Drew, but Bronson Reed. It's been a year of people.
Bronson Reed has done a lot.
I think have changed a lot of people's opinions of them this year, and that's what you want to do. So,
hey, King Novo. I don't know if AJ Styles coming back anytime soon.
AJ had a bad injury.
Yeah, his injury is
AJ
not
had
good,
one of
bro.
them injuries. I forget what basketball player it was, but it ended his career. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
AJ
AJ ain't getting no
had a
younger.
bad injury.
And here's what you got to be careful about with these injuries: when someone does a routine move,
Gotta
not
stop
like oh he got
move.
slam wrong. Yes, when he does a routine move and it happens, this
You
is the
gotta
Derrick
stop.
Rose problem. This is the this is where we see like shit. I can't do that anymore.
Andre Iguodala said that. He said, when I got older, I had to change my diet and I had to change my move set. And that's
Yeah,
how I played that much longer in the
yeah.
NBA.
That's why Derrick Rose finally started to survive.
You cannot do the things
Yes,
you did. You know what I'm saying? You're in your mind you can, but it's like me going out trying to dunk a basketball right now. Y'all won't see me till March.
bro. And he said, "Damn, he did it bad with he did it. He did it. I can't even speak, but a move. But yeah, he did, and that's what makes AJ's injury scary because that's an
Yeah, it was a
age
simple, it
thing.
was like a scoop, something simple. And
He
he
just
just,
stepped wrong.
yeah,
Remember, he was in that match and he was like, he just went down. It was his return. Remember, it was his return match.
turned him and he just, yeah, it was a weird,
He stepped wrong first, then he was limping, but he tried to fight through it. Then he did something like he landed and was just done. Couldn't even finish the
can't fight
match.
through everything.
Yeah,
Austin
because
wrestled
wrestlers are tough
broken
as
neck.
fuck, bro.
Triple H tore the muscle off his bone. You can't wrestle through everything. Got to stop at some point. But yeah,
Yo,
AJ Styles had his injury might be it for AJ Styles.
it might be because again, when you factor the age, and AJ Styles has a lot
Kenny
of
Omega
miles on him.
said it. Kenny Omega said if he gets hurt one more time to where he has to rehab again, he's going to
He's done.
retire.
Yeah,
He said
it's not.
he said people don't know how hard it is to rehab an injury and get back in the wrestling ring. For one, you have to rehab it, you have to get in shape, you have to be in wrestling shape, and then you have to get past that in your mind that it can happen again. I can
You know
speak
what's wild
attest to
too?
that. My football career up to college days ended because of a torn MCL. And it wasn't so much that I couldn't play anymore. My thing was, I don't want to work this hard again, get to this point again, and it happens again. That's the mental part of it. I think we see that a lot with a lot of athletes. That's something that
Oh
people
yeah,
don't talk about.
yeah.
It's that mental. I always said that about RG3, Robert Griffin III. His injury was more mental than physical. Once he got hurt in those games, it wasn't the same again. So it's just hard rehabbing. And like I said,
That's the fear I have for even my son, the boxing, that torn
AJ
labrum.
Styles not 50, is he?
No, he ain't 50, but he's like in his high 40s. He's old. I'm 42. I think he's 46. Because
Yeah.
Roman
So
Reigns is right behind me.
I think that's why they keeping Randy Orton off TV too. You talking about
Yeah,
preserving
like
talent?
when you get a rehab injury too, when you talk about the mentals and all that, that's definitely the hardest part to overcome is the mental. Because
AJ
I don't want
Styles
to get
is
hurt.
47 years old.
Yeah. See, I said 46, so I was a year off. And I was a year off in a bad way because he's actually older than what I said. So he ain't no spring chicken, man. He ain't no spring chicken, you
Yeah.
know. So and shout out to him.
I'm dealing with some
Phenomenal
nerve
career.
damage and sciatic stuff right now, and I don't wrestle, so I
Bro.
can imagine.
And this is another thing. This is what fucks wrestlers over. And this is why I say that the time off, wrestling has no off season. All other sports do. They try to rehab, they try to pick the dates to align with their off season for surgery. So wrestling is none.
This
You
is
just try
how
not
a
to risk.
lot of those wrestlers back in the day got hooked on drugs
Oh yeah,
because
they would go out. I mean, look at what Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania. He ain't even hooked on drugs. They got a great wellness policy now, and guess what?
we gotta
I'm gonna fight through
perform.
this
We
torn
gotta
meniscus.
perform. I can't take a day off because I don't get paid. So I'm gonna pop these pills, throw some tape on it, and go do this again. You never heal. You never heal. So
Yeah. So that's interesting. But again, I definitely think CM Punk, and the reason why I said that, and I go back to it, CM Punk, it ain't any other wrestler they're saying, they ain't saying Roman, like they did at one point, but they were past that. Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, Roman Reigns, right? We've done that already. They're doing that now with CM Punk. Shit, we just did CM Punk Drew. That was fire. We'll put them together with Roman. That's fire. We still haven't even explored. We put him with Seth Rollins. That's fire. We could put him with Cody Rhodes. That's fire. That's why I say Punk is going to be your MVP this year because he has the most possibilities. One, him being away from wrestling for a long time and out of the WWE when he did come back. So it opens the door. We still haven't got him versus Cody. You remember that face-off they had in the middle of the ring where he gave that Rock-like promo where he said they're going to be eclipsed by another star. And just when you think you're about to grab the ring, a superstar comes out of nowhere from behind and takes it all from you. He was talking about himself, but it turned out to be The Rock. The Rock definitely was like,
yeah, he has to make it through the year though.
Yes.
We mentioned Enzo and Cass and people messing things up for themselves. He doesn't have the best track record.
In locker room.
He seems to be in a different space. So
yeah. I think
I'll give him. Like I said, he's grown on me. I'm not gonna hold you. When he first returned, I was one of those people saying, "Hey, people love CM Punk for everything but wrestling. It didn't work nowhere else." I will eat my humble pie and admit I was hard on. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, and now the work he's done. Hey,
but you know what's funny? You're still not wrong. You're just not 100% right? Because we do love him for everything outside of wrestling. He grabs that mic.
But what he did in the ring with Drew McIntyre
was phenomenal. But don't forget how many matches he wrestled last year.
Wasn't a lot.
It was like 3 or 4.
Five tops.
5. Even if you count his dark matches, I know they did when he first came back from injury, they had him wrestling Dominic Mysterio, which lets me know they have high hopes for Dom because Dom is their safe guy.
Dom is safe. Everybody you named is safe. Cody's safe. Seth is safe. You mentioned somebody else.
What? Not Seth. You don't forget, he broke Sting's neck. I'll never let that down, bro.
Sting was 112.
Sting was 100. Sting was old as hell to be in there.
Again, AJ Styles
he broke John Cena's nose.
Know what I'm saying? Routine move. Something he does to everybody. That buckle bomb is kind of weird, though. That's a weird.
That buckle bomb. Yes, I actually think they should get away from that move.
That buckle bomb is weird. I think the Styles Clash. If you don't turn your head on that Styles Clash, you're going to break your neck.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're talking about power drivers. You slamming people's necks in the turnbuckles. It's a few moves I wouldn't be too thrilled about taking, bro.
Yeah, that buckle bomb is harsh.
That's Seth, yeah. But Seth is safe. Like,
what are you talking? He broke John Cena's nose. John Cena's whole joint was crooked. You remember that?
His nose should have ducked. Accidents.
John Cena was like this mid-match, like.
Hey, accidents happen.
One thing about Brett, you can't find.
Accident gave us the man Becky Lynch.
What?
I said an accident gave us the man Becky Lynch. If Nia doesn't bloody her up, we never get that.
Okay, that's fair.
So is wrestling. Accidents are going to happen.
It's wrestling. Accidents happen, but you want to pride yourself in being safe.
Yeah, I don't think
Seth Rollins is a pretty safe guy. However, he ain't no Bret Hart.
The only thing Seth Rollins is dangerous is dressing. His outfits, his closet is Dennis Rodman in the 90s.
I hate that about him. I'll invite Seth Rollins to a cookout.
I don't understand I don't know what the fashion is, or the character is.
He's just wild and eccentric, man. I actually low-key hate it, but that's
the one part. He's dressed like an Instagram baddie with a Fashion Nova sponsorship.
Dog, chill out, bro. Oh my God, Dexter Lumis and The Miz. I think you started talking about it earlier. I don't remember
Miz, one of the safest guys in the business. Him and Daniel Bryan damn near got into a fight about it.
I love The Miz.
I love that stance he took in that argument with Daniel Bryan.
100%. I thought he was the winner on that argument.
He was.
And I feel like The Miz doesn't get respected. Miz is a great 1996 wrestler. That moveset works in 1996. It works now, but it's like, we want to see more spots, Miz. And Miz is like, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't about to get hurt.
Ric
And I ain't
Flair
about to
got
hurt
4
nobody.
moves: a woo, a chop, a slam, and a figure 4. That's it.
But Miz got a little move set on him. He just it's all safe moves.
Miz is the first 2-time Triple Crown champion,
and no one cares. That's why I say, let me ask you this question: John Cena, he gets to set one more record, win his
this could
17th
be
world
how
title.
you rebrand the Miz. How do you not have your A-list movie star on Netflix? And give them Bo Dallas again when they was doing the Miz Taraj. Bring the Miz Taraj back because the Y6 ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
The Miz Taraj. That's funny. Yeah, but that'd be a great way to rebrand the Miz. Bring him back as like a heel movie star. Like, that'd be fire. How do you not have me on Netflix? I'm the A-lister. So, what you got? Boy, I got
You don't
distracted.
see it. It's a chat. It's a chat thing. You don't see it, but my bad, y'all. I just wanted to make sure I answered something in the chat. The boss was calling. So I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that's me.
Nah, my bad. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Let's talk about this hate. Is it warranted? Mama Kingston walked away from Kofi. That was great. I thought it was good. I wish he would have smacked him though. I needed a little bit more out
I
of her.
think
The
it's
walkway
good,
was
but
good
they need
though.
to stay off social media because the social media seems like they're pandering and begging for the hate. Hate comes naturally.
We gotta call it that. The Kofi, you said it to me on the phone. You Kofi Kingston her. Like when someone tells you something traumatic and your response is so what or anything of that, you just did a Kofi Kingston, y'all.
You know how we yell Kobe when we shoot the shot? We gotta say Kofi.
Kofi, like Kofi. You gotta the neck snap because you broke your neck. So
yeah,
what?
I like the New Day heat. It's just stay off social media with it. I saw them in the crowd pandering to the crowd. I see the tweets. Like, I'm not a big fan of wrestlers tweeting and getting a point across.
Hey, you better get used to that. It's only going to be more and more because wrestling
like the
is
whole thing with was it Mia Yim's sister, who was Big E's in real life partner, girlfriend, wife, I'm not sure, but when they did the turn on Big E, she was on Twitter going crazy, and I was like, that's a bit much. But that's just me.
That salt and pepper look good, y'all.
Oh man, he's seasoned.
He is seasoned.
When we started this podcast, it wasn't that much gray in there. So,
yo, it's only getting worse. I thought I should diet, but I was like, nah, let this wisdom show.
I ain't mad at it. I woke
just
up.
Gotta get matching
my hair was gone when I woke up, so I don't know. I'm looking for.
I got a couple pink outfits, not outfits, shirts.
Oh man, knowing you, I'm surprised you don't have the fist with the pick with the fist on it, man.
I know, right? That's I've heard that comment.
That's before. Disappointing. Like,
where's your fist?
I'm disappointed in you.
I know. But we gonna move on from that Kofi hate because I thought it was warranted. Mama Kingston gonna whoop his ass. Big. I think you might be right, man. I think. Damn, that damn near wraps up the show. Ain't no way. Well, it wasn't that much though.
Yeah, that was it. It's 2 hours. Remember, Raw is 2 hours now.
I forgot. Yeah, that's it. We talked about Seth Rollins. I mean, we didn't talk about Damian Priest getting beat up. The War Raiders coming out for him, saving him, which leads to a 6-man tag next week. Judgment Day, Dom, JD McDonough, Finn Balor taking on Damian Priest and the War Raiders. I feel like both. I feel like the War Raiders, Damian Priest is forced, but it looks it goes with the storyline.
Aesthetically, it might look cool. I could see.
Oh, they should beat the shit out of the Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't even be a match. It should be a squad damn.
Yeah, because the War Raiders they get it in.
I saw Ivar had been working with some of the big men down in NXT, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
So when we
that they have a tag team move with a fucking name, they come out together with a tag team name.
say he's
Let
been
them
working with
rekindle
a
the
lot of the
division.
bigger men, like the Obafemis and the big guys down there, because he's a big guy, but I've be moving.
He's
Jumping
not
off the
that big
top
height
rope.
wise.
I've be moving. So,
but they got good movement and
I
they
want
got
to say
good big
Bronson
men.
Reed's been in that mix too. So whatever the work he's doing with the larger athletes in the company, NXT and main roster has been it's been shown. It's been shown.
It's a slobber knocker. I feel you, King Neve. Yo, from king to king, I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? From king to king, I definitely
that shouldn't even
feel
be a match because JD McDonough can't do nothing with none of them. Finn physically, really, and Dom and Priest. I mean,
yeah, it should be a squash match. It should be a squash match, but it should be about 10 minutes, and it should only work to show the dissension in the Judgment Day. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't want to take tags. They're like, what are you doing? Take the tags.
but then where does this go? Because I remember it was the War Raiders and another tag team, and they was doing like games and bowling and shooting darts and shooting pool, and it became like
don't do that shit. Not with the War Raiders. Don't ruin them like that.
They did that already. That's what I'm saying. Where does this go?
Well, the War Raiders, American made, is a great tag team for them. The Usos coming back will be a great team for them to beat a couple times. Usos need to take the titles off them once.
Usos ain't doing nothing outside Bloodline for the next 2 years.
No, I think they gotta bring that Bloodline story to an end in the next 9 months.
That's a long time.
By the closeout of this year, it should be done, and not even making it to Survivor Series. Like SummerSlam,
I think it's going to. If we don't get Rock Roman this year, it's going to stretch to next year.
If you stretch it to next
Rock
year,
Roman, if it happens, it's not happening nowhere other than WrestleMania. That's not happening anywhere other than WrestleMania.
Correct. I agree with that statement. I also think this year is already locked for Roman and CM Punk. I think it is. And the writing was on the wall for it. Once he asked for that favor, and think about this, The Rock was earlier this year with the fuck that. Them cameras are all that. Remember, that was all this year. Roman Punk got more views than that. That's when WWE, we need to pivot. And the favor needs to be something where, CM Punk been saying it. He's never headlined a WrestleMania. Roman, he's
headlined. What if he get hurt again?
That's the fear, bro.
And that's the one thing he never ever accomplishes in his career.
Oh my God! It could be true for him, but I hope it's not. I give this man a WrestleMania moment.
If I don't get
Roman is perfect
Punk,
for it.
If I don't get
fucking Paul Heyman, you could do a Paul Bearer twist. Paul Bearer's manager turn might be the biggest in history. When he turned on the Undertaker, it might be the biggest one in history as far as managers turning on their talent.
What if some kind of way we got Cena, Orton, Punk at Mania?
Not good.
No?
That is really good, but for me, it doesn't work by adding Punk because he has nothing to do with their.
I'm just saying because it'll be
I'll take Cena Punk.
No, only because remember you said Cena was going to headline WrestleMania.
Give him Gunther. Let him win the Elimination Chamber. Him take on Gunther. They saying. Remember, John Cena said he wanted to do 30 matches. They saying he doing a full schedule this year, 2025. I don't know what a full schedule is. Going to be 100 matches.
We don't know because they cut the schedule down. Remember, they're going to a lighter schedule.
They do around 200 matches a year.
They're going to a lighter schedule,
but it's a lot less than what they used to do.
Yeah, they going. Yeah, they cutting a lot.
They do like 280 to 300, and there's only 300, and then you travel time. And then when you say 300 matches a year, remember they do double shoots. We just talked about that about Gamage. He went to the Raw. They were shooting 2 Raws on that one episode. Then they still got to do all the house shows. They come in here to Jack's the 26th. I'm still debating taking my kids. That's a whole nother. Because I wanted to be a SmackDown. Because I wanted to spend that bread and go there. And then me and you talk. If I go to a SmackDown, we live at the SmackDown with the people. Oh, you already know what it's going to be. You know what I mean? If I'm at a WWE event, I'm flicking the phone on, goddammit. The phone going on, I got the StreamYard on my joint. I'm hitting everybody for the link. We up. What we
to the
talking about?
fans, talking to the people. We here. Boots on
Yeah,
the
we
ground.
here. We putting some people on the Attitude Era podcast. They
I'm
don't even
just
know.
ready for the Cena tour to start. Because you teased
wait.
us with it. See, John is probably in the gym. He's probably getting in because when
A little bulkier.
he's slimmed a lot.
Hey, spray that tan on you, John, because you was looking pasty as a bruh.
Do we want the rapping back?
For 2 months, I'll take it. I hated that version of him. You know I do.
I
But if
think
you
we should
going
get a
this your
little bit
farewell
of each
tour,
era. We should get.
I need him to smack somebody and talk about. You don't have roots. A new guy. New guy who has
We
talent.
need a little bit of the rapping. I wouldn't mind seeing a few of the throwback jerseys because that's classic. That's
classic. Don't bring that spinner belt back in this motherfucker.
With the pumps, the Reebok pumps, the chain. I want to see Chain Gang Cena. I want to see all the decades of Cena.
Oh
like,
God. I ain't mad at that. That'll work. But hey, PLEs. A different PLE, a different version of Cena.
Yeah.
And he may even wrestle that style of match that he did at that time.
The pumps and the
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That would. Hey,
newbie, like the old theme songs and everything.
Yo, I need him to get a newbie in that ring and smack. You don't have no ruthless aggression, and then you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, bring up Trick Williams.
Who gets
Trick
that
Williams
rub?
Likes to rap. Bring up Trick Williams.
Who gets that rub? That
Trick Williams.
Ruthless aggression rub.
Trick Williams. Trick Williams.
So?
Yeah, it needs to be. He does videos on his own. He does the rapping. He's
going to be the next John Cena.
No, but he has the look, and he.
No, I'm saying that rub is Cena saying.
No, you can't do that. The Rock got the rub from Hogan, but The Rock was already established megastar. It wasn't even a rub. It was just a dream match. Cena gave a couple people some dream matches, and them shits was nightmares. Them motherfuckers was never seen again damn near. You got one Austin Theory. You got Solo Sikoa, and he's just now getting to grow on us. And we don't even know where that's fully going to go.
That's my Solo TC. And I love you, Solo.
But hey, they're using the pieces around him properly. By using Jacob, I love you, Solo. It makes Solo more popular because you want to see that. So that comes with this and this goes with that. And it works. And Solo isn't bad in the ring. He's not spearing people. Main event Jey Uso. He spears. What are you spearing people for? Your cousin spearing people. And y'all be on... All y'all, what? Stop copying moves.
Everybody do the move now.
If Roman starts super,
even Jacob, as athletic as Jacob is, and all the things he can do, you know what he does? Impale the DDT. That's his finisher. Impale the DDT. Rikishi said he asked Gangrel, could he use it? Gangrel was cool with it, and Impale the DDT.
Simple. To the point. They asked Jake the Snake, what's the difference between everybody else's DDT and yours? He said, mine finishes you.
It's mine. I do it.
It's mine. People, WWE needs to say, hey, take that move out your set.
If that's the case, wouldn't be no super kicks.
No, it shouldn't be. Finn Balor could be a bigger star if he super kick people because he's mad small. That coup de grace, you can't have a backstage parking lot.
I think the Usos should get credit for doing the super kick wearing heavy ass Air Force Ones. That's a cheat code. You super kick somebody with some Air Force Ones.
Super kick somebody with some Timbs.
That's a heavy shoe. Now you JTG from Crime Time. Brooklyn.
Yeah,
you know what time it is. What is that? Pop your bottles and put your rollies in the air. It's crime.
Dog, that shit was so. Jesus Christ.
Pop your bottles and put your rollies in the air. It's crime time.
Jesus Christ. Damn, throwback. Yeah, King. From King to King, yeah, absolutely throwback. We need that throwback Cena. Cheat code for real. Just the body last Saturday throwing shots at Jake the Snake. That was funny. I want Jesse the Body back at all. Saturday Night Main Event is in January.
He had the same jacket on.
Yeah, but that's about it, man. I ain't got shit else. If you ain't got shit else, look like we might have a call to make that I'm about to laugh my way through.
We? Who you speaking French?
Who you think attacked the beautiful Jade Cargill? Naomi.
I don't like how they bringing her back. She's posting pictures with the face and.
We know you were fine. You posted workout pictures like a week later. We know you're fine.
Yeah,
but who attacked her? The people who are closest to you always do those car attacks. That's the history of WWE.
The only person that benefited from it was Naomi.
Naomi benefited. She became a tag team
champion.
Bianca's
too obvious. I think Naomi is kind of too obvious too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who a good swerve would be. I would say it's a good way to bring Asuka back, but Asuka wouldn't hit nobody with a car.
It would be dope if some of them NXT girls. Wait, what? It was us, and you bring up the big three: Julia, Zaria.
Yeah, but I don't. The car is the thing. Those women.
Car is the thing.
They could just.
But if you bring up those three and you go against Naomi, Jade, and Bianca, then you got a good big three. Lash, Legend, Jakara, but we've been seeing them on SmackDown, seeing them on Raw.
That'd be a twist too if it was Lash and Jakara.
Yeah.
We had to get
but
you.
But just remember this: the Royal Rumble, Jade Cargill eliminated Naomi.
Yeah, I don't know. That like I said, it's too obvious, but again, it's. I don't. The car is the thing.
When Shawn Michaels got hit by the car, it was Triple H.
If she was just laid out, I don't think we've ever seen a woman in an angle like this.
No, I don't think so.
It's the
Vinny, what up? Late to the party, we see, but you here?
And it wasn't like it should have been like a cool kind of
what up?
Little convertible coupe or something. It was like a Cadillac DeVille.
It's definitely something. A Cadillac. Blair Davenport is a good character to be the attacker. I don't know about that one. McKenzie. King, Naomi makes sense, but remember, Bianca was a good heel to have her backstabber. A coupe. Word.
Bianca was a great heel. Bianca was a great heel. What was the Street Profits? Like, yo, we had to get you out the way. You was holding my wife back. On my Taz hitter.
That would work too. I'll go with that.
I'm not sure. You know what? I was trying to hit Dawkins, but you was in the way.
Well, y'all know, if y'all tuned into Friday's event, we definitely had some shit. So I'm gonna still keep promoting. I'm gonna promote all of it.
Tampa and surrounding.
There we go. Boom. Right here in the top corner, right here. Boom. Top right corner, you got the Daddy Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Right there. You know what I'm saying? You got AJ Francis. Y'all don't know him?
Dollar.
The best healing wrestling. We got the Archie Carter, the best healing podcast wrestling today. But right now, Top Dollar, aka AJ Francis, is the best heel in the game. You know what I'm saying? Going down Friday, January 10th in Fort Myers, Florida. Not dead yet. It's going to be a dope event. Real Pro Wrestling is in that Fort Myers area again. Anytime, Archie could tell you, anytime it goes down to the brewery, it's going down.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you tap in.
And it's a family-friendly, all-ages show. If you like wrestling, pro wrestling, yeah. And this, we tell you, if you got something going on, you want us to know about it, talk about it, hit us up. It's that simple, because that's what Daddy Hunter did. She watches the show, and she said, hey, I got an event. Hey, that is.
Boom, right there. It's on
the screen. You got something going on, something you want us to check out. Could be music, could be a movie. You might write scripts, could be art. Just hit us up. Like she did. She hit me on Instagram. My name @the Archie Carter. You see it @the Archie Carter. Hit me up. Let me know who you are. Send it to me. And yes, I'm the best heel in wrestling podcasting. Also, I'm gonna say this. I'm the best rapper in wrestling podcasting too. I'm just gonna say that.
that.
I ain't talking battling. I'm talking about rapping, creativity. If you don't believe it, I got albums everywhere. Good Karma, which is my latest, streaming on all platforms right now. Yeah, HP and AJ Francis friends. He back. He walked that back. But yeah. So check.
But I told him to his face and walked it. You know what I'm saying? Archie was there when we was eating the pizza. I said what I said negatively, and that's a big dude. I could have been put to a
He was
table.
eating his pizza like this. Can you hand me the Parmesan, Mr. Francis?
Yo, why would black people get excited? Their voice get high pitched.
He called him Mr. Francis the whole night. Mr. Dollar.
You
Mr.
lie.
Dollar. Mr. Francis.
You lie. Oh my God.
Nah, AJ held it down. HP, he stood in front of what he said, and they talked.
We talked, and now I'm a fan, and that's how it should go.
We had a good time. So we had a good time.
Nah,
in Jersey. I finally got a good slice of pizza in New Jersey, and that was the spot we went to. DNA and AJ Francis before.
I got some spots. We want to go back to Jersey.
So
let me know.
I think that flight to Jersey is what activated my sciatica. I ain't been right since. So a sacrifice for this. We bleed for this. And y'all don't want to know how we spent the night.
Check this out. Archie has the album streaming on all major platforms. Good Karma. Go ahead and get it. And if you didn't know, we cover TV. So if you got some shows you want me to watch, go ahead and check it out. Right now, we're covering the show From, making some traction there with that and Sable Bourbon. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Right there, Hall Prison Universe. Check us out on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe.
I'm on the last season of The Sopranos. See, it's my album right there. Good Karma by the
Karma. Do not forget, DNA just dropped the album. Oh my gosh!
In a Mission at Rockefeller.
Thank you. Go ahead to his website at Get Money, Drink Water, GMDW.com. I gotta say it slow, otherwise I mess it up. GMDW.com. His album is available there. Go there.
This picture, that's DNA doing his impression of HP, throwing his hands up, saying, "I don't want no trouble."
Yo, chill out.
With the saga in the back.
This is my Instagram. Too, my guy.
Like I told y'all, the Archie Carter. If y'all got something y'all want us to check out, want us to look at, give it a go, hit me up on Instagram at the Archie Carter. DM me, and yeah, we'll check it out. That's real simple. But speaking of checking out, we're about to get up out of here. Tomorrow night we will be live during the main event of NXT. My favorite night to talk wrestling for some reason. Hey, it's just a good night. And it's Christmas Eve, so we might be talking a little Christmas memories.
Hey, Archie, we're going to pop up here on Christmas. We do some whole Christmas type of joints.
I'll be with the fam, being Archie Claus.
We'll talk. And if it's available, turn the notifications on, y'all. You might get a special Let's Talk Wrestling. Pull some people on, give them a gift. We might have some stuff to give out. We might not. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll try to throw something together.
Could be the pre-award show. I don't know.
Follow. Let me screenshot this because when we end this live, the lives on Instagram end. So I see your stuff. Oh, okay. You just requested to follow me. I just see that come in. Senor Peace, Love, Vibes. I see you. I got you. And Archie gonna have you too. We gonna follow you. So we gonna listen.
Yeah, I like to check out what y'all got going on, man. We show love on here because y'all show us love back. We do this.
There's no pod without y'all.
At least we get on here and talk wrestling, this crazy thing we love called professional wrestling. And we're going to be talking it tomorrow night, like always, like I said. First of all, if you're traveling this holiday season, be safe.
Facts.
Remember, what's legal in your state might not be legal in the state you're going to. So know what you're doing.
Let me say this, too.
Crossing them state lines.
Don't have no tempers. I'm going to tell you why. During the holiday season, a lot of people got some shit going on.
It's a lot.
And
speaking from someone who just lost a grandparent, the holidays aren't the most jolliest of times for everybody.
Yeah, you got people who can't provide for their kids the way they want to. They got extra pressure. Take this time to hook somebody up, bro. Even if it's you putting $10 on somebody in the grocery line. You say, "Hey, I put $5 on."
Just being kind, man. That goes a
Yeah, it goes a
long.
long way, man.
Kindness will save you because, like I said, holiday season is tense. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of energies. Be careful. The drinking and driving from somebody who got hit by a drunk driver, please.
God damn.
Uber, Lyft.
Make sure
Hey,
he ain't drunk.
hey, just stay where you at. Just
Stay where you
chill.
at.
We want y'all to see 2025 because 2025 is right there. And we care about our people who tune in and watch this. And I might, you know what? Let's do Christmas because I got a bottle to pop. I don't pop bottles.
I got a once a year bottle pop.
I got a bottle to pop, and we're gonna celebrate Christmas and spend Christmas with y'all. How about that? And we still doing NXT tomorrow. We'll talk about it some more. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I hope this week is good to you. I hope this week is good for you. And we will see y'all tomorrow night during the main event of NXT. I am the Archie Carter. That is King HP. This is Attitude Era Podcast. You heard? Subscribe.